Hey there. Well, it's another podcast. There are a number of reasons why people succeed or fail, particularly in self improvement. And a lot of that is tied to their emotions. And I have this term that I made up called CUSD, CUSD. The C stands for chronic, the U stands for unhappy, the S stands for sadness, and the D stands for depression. Now, I'm going to tell you why people have cussed, why they're unhappy, why they're sad, they get depressed. And we're going to start right now. My name is Lewis Harrison, and welcome to another Ask Lewis Self Improvement podcast. If this is your first time here to listening to the Self Improvement Show, and you're looking for lots of self improvement hacks, self help tips, and thought provoking ideas, just hit the like button below and also subscribe. I broadcast here every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Saturday. Throughout my life as a success coach and a writer, a radio talk show host, and on PR, I've had an interest, actually a passion for self-improvement and also helping others. I'm kind of an empath. I feel the way other people feel. And so I really see the struggle that people have in human potential or self-help or even personal development. Well, whatever you choose to call it, it involves expanding a person's knowledge, status, their character, and doing that through your own efforts or through support of others. So if you have things of interest here, then you want to move to the next level, I have a lot of free resources in the description below. I hope that you'll look in it. Lots of links of all kinds to videos on TED Talks, to some of my own videos, to some free magazines that we publish. It's all there below. So what I share in every single podcast that I do is the idea of what self-improvement actually is. It's a pretty big umbrella, self-improvement, and it can cover everything from the emotions to physical things, the kind of daily routines we create for ourselves, or even planning and strategizing. And the thing that I have found has helped people the most when they have cussed, chronic unhappiness, sadness, or depression is what's called biophilia. And biophilia really has to do with the fact that some people have a genetic predisposition to being around nature. They're hardwired for it. And so if you're not connecting to nature, at some point, it could really affect your brainwave patterns and really get you depressed. And a lot of people don't realize that. And I know that I'm sensitive to that. If I'm going in some building and they have either terrazzo floors or synthetic carpet, and they have regular fluorescent lighting, and there's no any kind of nature around there, no plants, no animals, it can really get me depressed. And so it's really important for me to be around nature in some way, some form. I need it. So just having a theory about needing to be around nature is a nice thing, but it doesn't really solve any problems, does it? So what do you need to do? Well, there's some simple steps that you can do to change that. And I'm going to give them to you one by one. One is you need to have a lot of plants around you. I mean, just go out and buy plants, get seeds, put them in topsoil, water them every day, be part of the process of nature, of contributing to nature, growing plants, whether it's herbs or flowering plants, the kind you can grow indoor, keep by your window, and just interacting with those plants, just watering them and putting a little fertilizer in affects your brain. They've measured people on this. The second thing is get an animal, a simple animal. Could be a parakeet, could be a goldfish. I actually like to go downstairs from my building when I know everybody's walking their dogs. And so I'm sort of there. They have to feed them. They have to walk them and pick up their poo. But I get to be in that joy of people with their pets. Energetically, it's quite incredible. The next thing is full spectrum lighting or plant lights. You see, the kind of lights most of us have in our homes are limited spectrum, and that really messes with your brain waves. So one of the things you want to do is get full spectrum of plant lights at the store. So if you're working at your desk, if you're in your kitchen, those are the three things. And animals, some plants, full spectrum lighting. And if you just do those three things and you have any issues around happiness or sadness or depression, you're going to see a radical change almost immediately. And by the way, when you're around nature, there's something called positive ions and negative ions. I don't want to confuse you here. Positive ions are not good for you. Negative ions are good for you. And waterfalls, plants, animals, these all create negative ions. I live near Lake Ontario. I go out every day for about a half an hour, just sit on the harbor, and just the positive, the negative ions are so high there that I become enlivened and happy, and it's just great. So what I want you to do is become a fan of biophilia, interacting with nature and integrating that into your life in some way so that you can really benefit from it. My name is Lewis Harrison, of course, as I said, and I'm here 3 times a week. And now I want to hear from you. So why don't you give me some tips that you have on dealing with getting more happy or reducing sadness, reducing depression, all the things that you do. And if you have any tips that you want to share, please post them below in the comment section. Thanks a lot for listening in. Don't forget to like this and subscribe and share it with your friends. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining me here.